Hey guys, Karo60 here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Mode Change RKF Kamen Rider Blades King Lion Daisenki from Kamen Rider Saber. This is a Rider Kicks figure of Kamen Rider Blades' power-up form that can change between two different modes. This includes the figure, one accessory, and one interchangeable part. So, let's get started. First up, we'll look at Blades King Lion Daisenki in Rider mode. So for this figure, it's mostly navy blue with some kind of metallic light blue accents. And whereas Saber Dragon Knight went for a more old-fashioned medieval type armor, for Blades, his power form has a more cybernetic, futuristic look to it. Starting off with head. Now got these nice accents around the visor, which has these little slits in it, which should have color in but aren't painted here. Definitely give it a cybernetic look to it. Have these kind of intake vents on the sides. You have these two kind of water cannons on the shoulders. And on the chest, have a new lion to it, as well as bits of the mane covering the shoulders. You got the arms. And on the left arm, you have the King Lion booster, which is painted on top. You have the belt with a well-molded-in King Lion Daisenki Wonder Ride book, even down to the little details. You've got a front skirt, some hip skirts. Got legs which go down to some clawed feet, as well as a little tail. And on the back, you can see some nice other added details. So articulation-wise, it's not quite the same as a normal RKF, actually. So you actually have a joint that lets the head go up and down like this. Another one that lets it go side to side. It's not quite on a ball joint. The shoulder cannons are on their own articulated hinges. You can move the main pieces out of the way to free up articulation for the arms. Rotate around 360 degrees, go in and out, bicep swivel, single jointed elbows, wrist swivel. These pieces do come detached in the box, so you have to attach them yourself, and they unfortunately can come unattached or get detached. Still an ab crunch, or a torso ball joint. Hip skirts have their own articulated joints, and like with Senshi, there is a swivel piece for the front skirt. Like still go forward and back, and out, rotate out the thighs, have a deep, or a pretty good knee joint. Actually also goes forward for the transmission, and then bump joint ankles. And yeah, like I said, these pieces unfortunately don't sound the best, so you may have to reattach them a few times when using this figure. Now further to its accessories, first we have the Suiseiken Nagare, which is in now a deep blue color and navy blue to match up with the plastic of the figure. And I'll set these aside for now. Of course, this can be held in one of his hands using the joint. Then you also have an alternate sword driver with the Suiseiken Nagare in the belt, which is, for the most part, a pretty standard accessory for these Saber figures at this point. But that's not all to this figure. There's also a mode change. So, changing blades into line mode is actually pretty simple. First up, we're going to go up to the head, raise it up, and then take the visor, actually lift it up a little bit so it's at this angle. Then we're going to take the head, or rather the line head on the front, pull it up, and then push it inwards, so it's like this. And we're going to take the arms, move them forward, and take these claws that are on the back of them and bring these down. And we angle them a little bit too. And we'll spread the side skirts out this a little bit, lift up the tail piece a little, and then bend the knee joints forward so they're digitigrade, which is, how I describe the sort of inward knees of quadruped animals. And here we have Blades King Lion Daisenki in lion mode. So for this, like I said, it's a pretty simple transformation, but at the same time it's quite effective. You have the visor of his rider mode, now becoming this kind of helmet. For lion mode, and you've got the main spread to the side and the shoulder cannons now up here. And you now see the purpose of these pieces, which are kind of to extend out the mane of lion mode. And then you also have the actual proper tail down here and the claws. Well, in a way you can kind of tell that's basically the figure bent over with the chest face on the front. And it still is cool to have this transformation in here. Though it does mean he can't be quite as articulate as... The head doesn't really move much at all, since it's jointed for the sake of transformation and is stuck in place here. But you still have pretty good range of articulation for the arms and legs, which you can use to then pose him. And there is still the freed up torso joint, though you do want to be careful not to knock these pieces off. That's one last thing you can do. As seen in the Wonder Ride book, you can actually take Suiseiken Nagare and slot into his mouth. So now he's wielding the sword in line mode as well, which is quite nice. And obviously to transform him back, you just reverse the process. So straighten out the legs, fold in the skirt armor as well as the tail. Bring down the arms, fold up the claws, return the chest back to place, and then bring back in the head. And there we go! Overall, this is a very cool figure. Design-wise, it's quite an interesting contrast between it and Dragonic Knight, especially with how not only has kind of a future vibe versus the past vibe, but also how this takes the main color and kind of deepens it, rather than with Saber where it takes that main color of red and then makes it an accent color. Not to mention you also have the mode change, which is simple and easy, but also is quite effective and fun. Honestly, I'd say that perhaps my only really big gripe with this figure would be the two pieces on the back, which you attach out of the box. They definitely are too loose and fall off too easily, so it might be a good idea to simply superglue them in place, which is something I'm probably going to do myself. But if you're a fan of blades and you're a fan of this form, I can definitely recommend picking up this figure. Next time, I'll be reviewing the Deluxe Kogoken Saiko. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.